we're talking about tattoos. I was asked two questions by Ashlyn, and the first one was, "Who are the sons of Elohim?" And then the second one was, "Are tattoos okay?" And so,
But I want to know like why.
yes, and
And who has tattoos in this group chat?
all right. So I want to know who in the group chat has tattoos. So everyone in the group chat got tattoos.
I think Ella. Yeah, I know Ella has.
That's part of indoctrination. That's part of conditioning. So
Oh,
I'm going to touch on that. And so my first question I want to ask is, what type of tattoos do you get? Because you kind of went into it. You put your children's name, you'll put the one you love's name. But are there any other? What are the types of tattoos that most people get?
I feel like for women, like flowers.
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 Mhm.
Good. What else?
I
Okay.
have one on my back that has a cross. It with boots, and it says in the blood of Christ, second chance. And I got it when I was 18 after I got baptized.
Oh, that's the
A
other.
cross. I'm putting in a cross.
Historical, like
Yes.
Mayan and Native American and stuff
Yes.
like that. Historical stuff.
Sports.
Sports. That's a good one. Sports. So when it's sports, I'm pretty sure you're not going to tattoo Mahomes,
No,
the person,
No.
on your
Oh no,
body,
no.
especially if you're a guy. So most people do the slogan or the team name, the team name.
Yes.
yeah.
Let's say full.
Yes. But there are people out there that would do that, but I would call that
Yeah.
obsessive. I would also call that just flat out idolatry. Mahomes, another dude on his body so he could never forget Mahomes because he was just an amazing quarterback. I would call that idolatry according to scripture, like idol worship.
I wouldn't do
So
Do it, Justin.
those, yeah, I don't think he's going to do that. But I don't think most guys,
Now he won't.
yeah, I don't think most guys would tattoo another man on their body anyway.
No.
But
But getting a face here.
some guys do. So we got flowers, we got crosses, we got sports. Is there anything else? Animals. Yeah, we did letters kind of like with sports teams,
Yeah.
names. What about
Logos.
like dolphins or something?
Yes. Yeah.
So
Stuff
a lot
has
of
like
those
meaning and stuff like that, or symbolization.
Or
would be
their
like,
favorite.
this means this, so I'm gonna get it for it symbolizes the thing.
if you're just now entering in, we're talking about, is it scriptural to have tattoos? And so the question was asked, one, who has a tattoo?
Oh, you want
And then two, and then so far, everyone on the call, minus our family and maybe Yoel, because he just joined, has a tattoo.
And mine is has no tattoos either.
Okay, husband don't have one either. So here's the thing. Then the second question was, what type of tattoos do people get? We got flowers, we got a cross, we got sports team like logos, we got names, animals in sea creatures, and birds, and architecture. I wanted to look at one key scripture first. Deuteronomy 6 verse 6. And it says, "And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up." And here we go. "And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. Question. What is the Most High talking about? What should you teach your children?
Or
And so my wife said Torah, that's true. And so where does he say we should put it? You should bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. What does that mean? They shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. Huh?
glasses?
Not like glasses. That's a good answer. Honey, what do you call this part of your head? Your forehead. What do they call it medically with your brain? Frontal lobe. So, what's between your eyes? Your forehead. Your forehead in cases is your frontal lobe, and some people will call it the pineal. But it's basically saying you bind them on your hand and you keep them in your mind. And let me see if I'm correct on that. Let me look at frontlets. See what in the world frontlets mean. I don't have my Hebraic tatapat. It says forehead. A fillet. It's a fillet or the frontlet. It says forehead here. Let me see what it looks like. Fillets. Let's look at the Hebraic meaning. You have this is a tet. This is a wa. This is a tet. This is a pay. This is a wa again. And then this is a tal. So it's like surrounding what secures to what surrounds. I forgot what pay is, but I think it's mouth. What is spoken secures as a sign. So surrounding what secures surrounds what is spoken, which surrounds what is a mark or a sign or the covenant that the Most High made. So we're literally
Okay, well,
we're literally
We'll do it
binding
after, yeah.
this. We're binding this around our arms. We're binding this in our heads. What Yah commanded. My question was, what are these things? Flowers, cross, sports, names, animals, sea creatures, things that are in the air. So I said agriculture, architecture. He didn't say agriculture. He said architecture.
Okay.
So let's go to Exodus. Let's see right off the bat what the Most High says. And by the way, the scripture the passage I just read is the Shema that we read every Shabbat Bible study. We read the Shema and we read the 10 Commandments. And so the Shema starts with Deuteronomy 6:4. It says, hear, which is Shema, which means listen and obey, O Israel. Yah, your Elohim, is one Yah. And so it goes into all these things. So we got the Shema. We're answering the question of tattoos. So the first thing we got was the Shema. Now we're going to go straight to the 10 Commandments. And Yoel raised his hand. Yes, Yoel, go ahead. I'm glad I saw that.
Two things. That word you were saying is totafot. And
Totepo.
and the other one is when you were reading the Shema, as you like you said, when you looked at totafot and you saw like forehead,
Yes.
it represents binding the scriptures to your mind, and
Mhm.
meaning a frontlet would be something that's like in front of you. So the word should always be in front of you.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
the one with the it says bind them for the frontlets of your eyes, and upon your hand speaks
God.
the works that you do. So you should be able to see the word in front of you. It should always be in your mind. and you should always, the word should always be connected to all the things that you do.
It's basically, we're living by the word that we are keeping ever before us and in our minds. Serving the Most High with all of our mind, all of our soul, and all of our strength. Our strength connects us to the work of our hands. Our mind and our connects us to what we keep in our mind. Question: does any of that mean tattoo?
No. Also, like the tattoos are kind of like you'd see them as somebody having that as an idol or something. Like you're like, hey, I'm claiming this. This is on my body. Like I want.
She basically said, so it seemed, she said, no, none of that is tattooed. So you bind them around your hand means basically what Yoel was saying. As you work with your hands, you're working according to scripture. As you bind it around your head, it's ever before you in your mind what Yah is saying.
Another point, like based on what you said it should be in your mind first. And
Yes.
that's true. Like when you read it, it says, go right above verse 8. Okay, you see how it says in verse 8, thou shalt bind them for a sign? You have to ask the question, what is them? The
Okay.
them is in
That's
verse
right.
6. The words. How do you bind words? Words are spoken, right?
Yes.
You said totafot when you were breaking it down, you saw the pay in there, which represents the mouth.
Yes.
You can't bind something that's not physical to yourself, a word.
Yes.
The only way you can bind a word is by putting it in your mind.
1 John 4. So the words that are spoken will prove who you belong to. We haven't even gotten deep into this tattoo question, but I want to establish first the connection between Yah and his word. Yah and his word, meaning it's spoken. And how do we know that we're part of Yah? By the very words that we speak. Well, how do we get those words? We get those words by rehearsing in our minds the word that he spoke, which will directly affect what we do with our hands. Meaning what we put on our bodies, what we do to share, what we do with our hands, and what we allow other people to do with their hands concerning us. So it says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Elohim, because many false prophets are going out into the world. So it connects false prophets with spirits because they're doing what those spirits that are from Yah or not from Yah are telling them to do, right? Yeah, we probably did. So how do you try the spirits? Trying the spirits is not, oh, let me go sleep around because I'm trying the spirits. Or let me go do this. Let me go drink this because they're saying drink it and it said try the spirits. No, spirits isn't alcohol. We say right here, it says, hereby know ye the spirit of Elohim. Every spirit that confesseth, this is words, that Yahushua Mashiach has come in the flesh is of Elohim. They made it real simple. And every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua Mashiach is come in the flesh is not of Elohim. And this is the spirit of the anti-Mashiach, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world. Exodus 20. So we can know. We can try the spirit by knowing, oh, let me see what it says. What you're saying is not lining up with what the Most High said. So if it's not lining up with what the Most High spoke, that we should be teaching our children, which we should be binding around our frontlets of our eyes and our hands, then you're not of Elohim. So you've been tried, and the verdict is, I'm not listening to you. I'm not following you because you're not of Elohim. You're of another spirit, which would be anti-Mashiach. You are against Mashiach. And you're trying to give me advice and tell me what to do, but you're against Mashiach? Right? So we know by what they speak. So let's look at what the Most High spoke. Exodus 20, verse 1. It says, and Elohim spake these words, saying, I am Yah thy Elohim, which brought thee out of the land of Mitzrayim, or Egypt, out of the house of bondage. This is what the Most High is speaking. Thou shalt have no other deities before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Here we go. Or likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that, why am I missing this thing? Or that is in the water under the earth.
Wow.
So let's just name some things based off of what you guys already gave that can be an image of the likeness of something in heaven above, or in the earth beneath, or in the waters under the earth. So when it says the earth beneath what? Earth beneath the heavens above. And we learned yesterday that the firmament is the heavens. And so anything in the firmament, anything on the earth, anything under the earth. So y'all said flowers. So flowers, where would that be? Heaven above, earth, or waters below? Earth. What else did y'all say? Y'all said crosses. The cross. Where is
Signifies
cross? The cross signifies, well, that's a Christian symbol. And so in Christianity, the cross signifies Yahusha. So dying on the cross. So that's what we think of. Well, it's not Yahusha dying on the cross. It's Jesus dying on the cross, because we know Yahusha died on a tree.
Yeah.
So, throwing that out there. So what would that represent? Jesus dying on a cross. Would that represent heaven above, earth, or sea?
heaven above.
Yeah.
So that represents heaven above. So we also said sports. Sports, heaven above, earth, or under the earth? Earth.
Fossils underneath.
Yep. So we also said names.
Yeah.
Heaven above, earth, or water?
Depending maybe the name, but earth.
Yep.
Heavenly.
Earth. Animals. And when he said animals, he meant in the air, in the sea, or on the earth. So, that goes without saying. That's all of them. And then architecture. Architecture is houses. He said Japanese houses, right? They all represent things on the earth. So just looking at our group right now, the majority of things are images. If we go back to this thing, they are images that are from the earth. Do y'all see that?
Yes. They're images.
Guess what else is an image? When we watch movies, when we play video games, when we play games on our phone, we're looking at images. We're not,
Pictures, images.
yeah, we may not be worshiping them.
Is the movie.
Yeah, but we will lay prostrate before them and play them. We will sit down and play them. We will bend our head down and play it. And I'm not saying it's bad, but we're talking about tattoos. And so, so we looking at this. Anybody have a question or anything like that?
So it's saying, don't get things in the heaven, earth, or below. What? Engraved?
Don't get, okay, thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Any image that is graven means, let's just look at it. Because graven would be, in my opinion, like idol. The word is pasel. Let's see. An idol. It just means an idol, a carved or graven image. So you made it with the work of your hands. So
You can't like basically paint or carve into wood or anything like that.
yeah, if you use the work of your hands to create an image, the Most High is saying to us, if you're following the scripture, see, this is what people this is what people do. They'll take one thing and they'll just make a doctrine out of it. So we want to keep it in context. And so let's keep looking at Exodus 20 to keep it in context. Thou shalt not, let's go to verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I am a jealous Elohim. For I, Yah, thy Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. I want to put these side by side. Deuteronomy 6, it says, thou shalt teach them unto thy children, and thou shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. You're keeping it between the frontlets of your eyes. You're constantly thinking about it. You're talking about it all the time. Exodus 20, it says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yah, thy Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation that hate me. This is saying they aren't thinking about the Most High. They are not talking about the Most High in their house. They're not talking about him when they are walking by the way. They are not talking about him when they lie down or when they rise up. We can go to Psalms 1:1 and look at verse 3, but we're not going there. They are not teaching them their children diligently. What are they doing diligently? They are looking at their images, and they're talking about their images, and they're thinking about their images. And when they lie down, they think about their images. And when they get up, they're thinking about those images. Let's use video games. I used to do Marvel vs. Capcom, right? That was one of my favorite games.
Used to do or play.
I used to play for Abby. And so I would get up in the morning thinking, man, I really want to play Marvel vs. Capcom. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get all the stuff done that I got to do today so that I can play Marvel vs. Capcom. And then I would play like Ninja Gaiden and other games like that. My focus was not diligently on Yah's word, but how I can quickly go to play my video game. so that's me. That was my thing. It was like, man, I want to play my video game. So those images of the video games is what I wanted to be a part of. Does that make sense? Those images were so important to me that I decided I want to put them on my body instead of Yah's word, instead of his precepts. So the question was, so we can't paint on, I don't know what you call them things. We can't paint on rocks. We can't make food because food is part of the earth. That's taking it way out of context. And so
Carve a wood, carve
yeah.
sculpture.
if you're called, if you're, be, yeah, so you know that is not the case because the Most High created the heavens and the earth.
But what does it got to do with tattoos then? If it ain't got nothing to do with that.
When you carve something on your body, right? Let me ask you this: if I was to take this off and then throw it in the trash, did you feel anything?
Well, maybe depending if it meant something to you.
There you go. There you go. If this means something to you, why? Because it's important to you.
If it doesn't mean anything, then it's fine.
If it, okay, let me read Exodus. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them nor serve them. For I, Yah, your Elohim, am a jealous Elohim.
Well, my thing is something having meaning to you and you serving it and bowing down to it are different.
That's not necessarily the case. I didn't put all this in there because I didn't know we were gonna go like that. So bowing down to something is everything is not literal. It's literal, but it also has ramifications attached to it that may not come across as literal all the time. So, like when you get Christmas presents, do you bow down to the tree to get your present? Do you get on your knees and get it? That's bowing down. And so, guess what the image is in front of you that you're bowing down before? It's something on earth. It's a tree. That what did you do with the work of your hands? You cut it down and you brought it into your house. Nowadays, you don't have to do that. You can just go buy it. But with the work of your hands, you spent money to get it done because it was something important to you. Just like a tattoo. It's so important to you that you want to engrave it on your body. I'm not saying you can't get a tattoo, you can't not. I'm saying, what do the scriptures say?
And also, like people that had tattoo before knowing Yahusha, because
Yeah, we're
some
getting into that.
people-
We're getting into that. Don't get ahead. You getting ahead. You getting ahead, mama. So so we look at Exodus 24 and 5. Let's go to Leviticus 28. Leviticus 28. Leviticus 19:28. Do I have that up here? Leviticus 19:28. It says this. And ye, the most high is talking again, that Leviticus. And ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead. Okay? All right, well, that's dead people. But what else does it say? Nor print any marks upon you. His is his signature. I am Yah. Does that make any sense? Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead. Well, that's a tattoo, in a sense. Because some people will lose someone important to them in their life, and that person is now tattooed on their body. But then it just goes on to say, ye shall not, because there's a comma, you could read it like this: ye shall not print any marks upon you. I'm Yah. That's what it says. Oh, you can't see it. So I thought because they can see it, but you can't see it. So it says Leviticus 19:28, ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor, meaning also, you shall not print any marks upon you. I am Yah. But if I am not making sense with the script, if the scripture is not making sense, please say something and then we'll talk about it. But let's go to 1 Corinthians 6, verse 15. It says, know ye not that your bodies are members of Mashiach? Shall I then take the members of Mashiach and make them the members of an harlot? Prostitute. Elohim forbid. And then Olivia went, what? She went like that. And she said, know ye not that which is joined to an harlot is one body? For two, saith he, shall be one flesh. They are quoting from the scriptures, which is Genesis 2, right? And it says, but he that is joined unto Yah is one spirit. Genesis 2 says, and the man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall be one flesh. So that's what they're quoting. It says, flee fornication. Fornication is sleeping together, just having sex, right? Every sin that a man doeth is without the body. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What? Again, know ye not that your body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh, which is in you, which ye have of Elohim? Elohim gave it. You didn't. We can ask for it, but Elohim gave us the Ruach. And ye are not your own. Ye are not your own. You don't have the authority to say what you can put in your body or put on your body. For ye are bought with a price. Therefore, honor Elohim in your body and in your spirit, which are Elohim. So he's saying you honor Elohim with your body and your spirit because they belong to him. They're his, not yours.
Yeah.
Right? And so it says you were bought with a price. That means we're slaves. We're slaves. So to do something out of order against our body or spirit is in direct violation
Yeah.
to our rights.
Could it be we're also sons of Elohim to where
We're getting there. My wife is already like on it. She is on top of everything she's saying.
I'm just saying not necessarily slaves.
We're
Um,
bond servants. That's what he says.
Yeah, but like
He is our
us
master.
sons
He is our
of
master.
Elohim, like us children, we obey.
Yep.
And
So as children, we obey the Most High. That's what my wife is saying. Paul said, and James said, I am a bond servant of Mashiach. James said that. And I think it's like James what? Let me see. James, a servant or bond servant in some translations, or slave of Elohim and of Yahushua, and of the Master Yahushua Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. It's to the 12 tribes, which is hitting on one of my last points. So I'm not going there yet. All right, let's keep going. Is it okay to have a tattoo according to scripture? According to the scriptures we just read, no. That's an easy no.
Yeah.
But what if you already got tattoos?
Yeah.
Because you ain't noticed. Is it okay? I'm gonna ask this question. Is it okay if you don't know? Is there like a gray area? Like I didn't know, so I can't be held accountable for what I didn't know. Do you feel like that should be valid?
No.
No, I don't think so, and neither does Justin. Like maybe
think
I
that's
should
your
have
own
paid.
fault.
Yeah, it's your own fault. We should have paid more attention to the scripture.
no, no.
No.
All right, I got no's. I want to tell all of you guys that is correct. So let's look at this. Romans 2:12. It says this, for as many as have sinned without the law shall also perish without the law. What does that mean? So if you sinned, but you didn't know, if you were to stand before the judge of all the earth, he ain't even going to open the books. He's just going to say, you're out. Depart from me. And you're going to say, but I didn't know. Nope.
No.
It's too bad.
Right there.
And so it says,
Okay.
yeah. And so it says, and as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. What does that mean? That means if you did know and you did it anyway, then the books are going to be open and he's going to say, you saw it and you did it anyway. What does the Bible call that? So let's look. What does the Bible call that?
Rebellion.
Well,
Disobedience.
I ain't hating. Let's go to Numbers 15:27.
So can we be forgiven if
27
we didn't know and now we know?
Right.
Yep. And so it says, and if any soul through ignorance, if any soul sin through ignorance, then he shall bring a she goat of the first year for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for the soul that sinneth ignorantly, when he sinneth by ignorance before Yah, to make an atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven him.
There you go.
So there is a remedy. And it says, ye shall have one law for him that sinneth through ignorance. For both him that is born among the children of Yasharel, this is the key, and for the stranger that sojourneth among them. So if you are Yasharel, and then someone who isn't Yasharel comes in, you receive them as one born among you. So this law is only for them. And so if you got a tattoo when you weren't Yasharel, did you sin against the Most High? I would argue no. Why? Because you are not a part of the Most High. This only pertains to his children and everyone that is joined the Yasharel. So if you're feeling condemned, let me read this to you.
Okay.
Romans 8, one of my favorite chapters. Romans 8:1 says, there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Mashiach, Yahusha,
Yeah.
who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. So don't feel condemned if you already had it prior to joining with Yasharel. Because when you join with Yasharel, now you're held under the standards of Yasharel. So from this day forward, what do? You walk after the Spirit. And what did we learn from Deuteronomy 6:8? That walking after the Spirit is now taking the commandments and binding them around your hand, taking the commandments and wrapping them around the frontlets of your foreheads, so that with the work of your hands, you're honoring the Most High. How you live on a day-to-day basis is honoring the Most High. So you're no longer being a child of the flesh, but you're a child after the spirit of Yah, the Ruach HaKodesh, not the spirit of the flesh, which has been separated from the Most High. Does that make sense?
What if while I'm getting the tattoo, I step out?
So what science is saying is, what if I sin presumptuously? Because I didn't get that far
Then,
by choice.
well, no, what I'm saying is I have to do it, and then right when I'm done, I get back in.
That would be, let me go back because science is trying to look for loopholes.
I just need all the loopholes gone.
That the loophole was gone right here. Verse 30 of Numbers 15. But the soul that doth aught presumptuously, whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproacheth Yah, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people. Cut off usually means died,
Yeah.
because he hath despised the word of Yah and hath broken his commandment. That soul shall utterly be cut off. His iniquity shall be upon him. I didn't read that far. So if you're saying, well, what if I, for 5 minutes, go, okay, I'm going to act ignorantly. So I'm going to act ignorant by choice. There is no way you can act ignorant by choice. Because if you know
Yeah.
and you do it, you are committing iniquity or transgression, rather, because transgression in scripture means revolt. You are literally revolting against the Most High and provoking the Most High.
Transgression is the
I'm
word I
also
was saying
saying-
earlier.
Because you said this is towards the people who know the Most High, who are in the Most High. So I'm saying, what if you say you're out of the Most High?
So, what? Let me tell you. Let me ask you this: if you're saying you're out of the Most High, what are you saying?
You're not following the Most High for 5 minutes.
But you were prior.
Yes,
yeah,
that's revolt.
yeah.
You're literally following the precepts or the golden rule of Satanism,
And that'd be
which I'm about to
but
hit
it
it.
would be
As you
like,
wish.
see, you knew.
So,
You
yeah,
knew.
Yes. it means do as you wish. So when you go for this 5 minutes, I'm not going to be a part of you, Most High. You're saying, Father, really? My heart posture is I do whatever the heck I want.
Yeah.
And then when it sounds good to me, then I'm a part of you. But when it doesn't line up with what I want, then I'm not with you right now. But that's the grace message. That's literally the grace message. And
So you've been set apart.
yep.
ever since-
And so
Glad
I'm very glad because I'm very glad you asked that question because it connects me to my last point with the tattoos.
Would the piercings, I mean, would the tattoos also include piercings?
There's scriptures that talk about piercing because remember, I feel like when a slave wants to stay with their master and be a slave, a bondservant forever, they take an awl and then they pierce their ear. And when they pierce their ear, that represents that they are a slave forever.
Cover
Yeah.
that mess up.
Yeah. If your husband says take it off, take it off. But it's
What if
also
she wants it beforehand?
He wouldn't.
but
My husband wouldn't have me go against scripture either. I know that.
yeah.
Or
But
beforehand.
but while everyone is sitting there speculating, let me tell you, you have the word.
Concerned now.
Yeah, you have the word. You can study it. You can also ask the Most High, what am I supposed to do? Because we could give you our opinions all
Because
day
there's
long.
also that. Yes, your personal relationship, where it's
Yeah.
like on this one, I was able to cover it up, given the
Mm-hmm.
situation. I don't know. I'm just saying.
We serve a mighty, mighty Elohim, and we serve a loving Father, and we serve the Creator of the heavens, the earth, and everything under the earth. He is big enough to remove that. And also, we have to bear our iniquity.
I know. That's what you get. Now you got to pay the price.
I would really pray because
Oh, I
were
am.
conditioned. You were conditioned
100%.
just like everybody else
Yeah.
on this phone call. We were all we call conditioning indoctrination.
Yeah.
Now that we're coming into the truth, there is sorrow and pain
Yeah.
connected to coming into the truth. It says when that curtain is taken away, when we see the Mashiach, we are going to mourn for the one we pierced.
Mm.
And we're going to be in sorrow for the one we pierced. Second Timothy 3, 1-4. 2 Timothy 3, 1-4. Look, it says we're in the last days. And tattoos are a sign, another sign that we're in the last days. I'm going to ask this question. Do you guys love burgers?
Yes.
I don't eat
I
burgers
like
at all.
them.
Okay. Do you guys love chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't love food. I like it.
Okay.
Oh, you
All
like
right. All right.
it.
All right. Daisy. All right.
Good point,
Daisy
good
is
point.
no longer allowed to answer the questions. She knows where I'm going. She probably knows where I'm going. So why do you love burgers or chicken?
Is it good? Tastes good.
Tastes good.
All right. My wife said it tastes good. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just trying to. Size took Daisy's stance. He's like, no, I don't love it anymore. I like it. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
okay. It's okay. Like when this was presented to me, this is how it was presented to me. And so I'm presenting it to you guys this way too, because it really helped me. Because my first question, what I would have asked was, do you love fish? Because that's how it was presented to me. But I'm like,
Yes,
everybody don't love fish.
husband
I love-
likes fish.
Okay,
I don't
so
like it. I love it. Wait, listen though. There's
okay,
a point to it. Listen, there's a point to it. Listen.
there's a
to
point to it. So I don't, it doesn't bother me. Like, it's just a point I'm trying to make. So if you love beef or chicken or fish, why? And my wife said, because it's good. You know, some people, I'll take y'all off of this test. I'll just put other people's answers. So they'll be like, well, it makes me think of, you know, when I was with my family and we used to grill and man, it was good, right? And some people will say, I love the way it tastes. You know, the way they put the combination of tomatoes with lettuce on a flame broiled bun. I mean, burger on a honey toasted bun. Ooh, that's good, right? So the reality is you don't actually love the burger. You don't actually love the chicken. You don't actually love the fish. You love yourself because you love the way it makes you feel. You love the taste as it's going down. Because if you really love beef and you really love chicken and you really love fish,
Yes.
you would let it go.
You will,
Right.
yeah, it will
Just like
kill
the
'em.
flower. You don't pick it if you love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you love the cow, you wouldn't kill it. If you love the
I'm
chicken, you would cut
process.
his neck off. But let me tell y'all, that's just the point I'm trying to make because I will eat a burger in a second and some chicken sandwich and a fish sandwich because I really do like it a lot.
Vegetables and fruits.
Yep.
Everything.
So
Same
if you,
thing.
same thing, if you really, really loved it, you wouldn't pick it. You'd let it grow. But you have
let
to
it-
pick it because if you let it fall off, it'll die. So if it's gonna die anyway, I'm gonna might as well eat it.
Yeah.
So
You got note.
the point wasn't to stop you from eating. It's just to show where the love really is. Let's go to 2 Timothy 3 because it says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, meaning they are always in their own head. Man, I can't get out of my own head. Man, I'm just in my own thoughts. I can't get out of my own thoughts. High-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Elohim. So we're seeing that in the last days because of our indoctrination, because of the images that we constantly see
Yes.
every day, that's put before us every day. We got this way of thinking. You know, school today will put images up that'll cause people to feel like, oh, these feelings that I have mean I'm this way. These feelings that I have that I can't shake must mean I'm this type of person, or I need to choose this way of living because of the images and what are passed down from generation to generation and what the Pope says now teach. And so we looked at Deuteronomy 6:8. We're supposed to teach our children what the Most High said. And they're supposed to bind that around their arms and have them as frontlets between their eyes. The Shema. Not what these schools are saying, because these schools will have your children lovers of themselves and coveting and boasters and proud. So the world will have you as a child of the flesh,
Yeah.
where the Most High will have you as a child of promise. I want to end this by saying we want to get to the root of the problem, not the fruit of the problem. The fruit of the problem is getting a tattoo,
What was
right?
the root?
But the root of the problem is, are you a child of the flesh or are you a child of promise? And if you're a child of promise who ignorantly had fruit of the flesh, there's no more condemnation for those who are walking in the spirit. And so, does that mean I go out and remove all my tattoos? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe you have to bear that iniquity. And every day you see it, you go, I am not going to be a child of the flesh any longer. I am going to find out what the Most High said and I'm going to do it. I'm going to hear O Yasharel, which means listen and obey.